Hey there everybody, it's Grandmaster here, and this is my May Painting Challenge Bootcamp video number 3, day 3, and this video is to show you my workspace, which you pretty much had a glimpse of in the other videos, but I'll show you the full extent of it, and also paints and the brushes I will be using. So yeah, let's just get started right from here. Obviously, right here is my main painting and workspace area. I always have my arms right here. This is where I paint, right here. So this is where I paint. This is where I glue. This is where I do train. This is everything. I'm in my bedroom right now. So yeah, pretty much. And then, so on this side, I normally put. Let me turn my light on. Oops, that's really bright. This is where I normally put, like, kind of what I'm working on right now. If it's a big group of guys, these are my Terminators. I still haven't finished them, and they're almost done. And then back here, I have my paints. I don't have a huge selection of paints, but it's a pretty good sized amount of paints compared to what I normally have. But I'm growing my collection of paints, models, everything. You know, it's getting bigger. This is my color for my Grey Knight's armor. That's why that's in there. This is gloss varnish. I normally put on like the gooey parts or whatever. It's a really old gloss varnish and it's still working out good. And I also put some in progress stuff up here. And so yeah, there's my water pot, which is so dirty. I gotta clean it. I have not done yet. I haven't done it in a long time. Here's my painting palette. I got this cheapy palette at, what's it called, Joann's crafts store. It was like 99 cents, and I really like it. Here's the problem. It's dry. I normally use a wet palette. Like I just get like a lid of some kind, like a coffee grind container lid. Put a wet paper towel in there and then put parchment paper, kind of damp, but then I dry it off, and that's normally what I put my paints on. And it's good because the paints last. The only thing I don't like about it is it's not as long term. This I can spray it down with some Windex and clean it off, and I have no problems with that. You know, that's why I like using this palette. Now I have to be careful not to put too much paint down, because like I said, it dries up really quick. Moving on to, I'll just leave that there. The next section of my table, we have here kind of the tools area. I have a little vise with a little magnifying glass. It's actually a soldering vise. This is my hobby drill, cheapy little hobby drill. Stray model, which needs to go over here. I just got these today for some terrain that I'll be working on. I know that's spelt wrong. It was a funny day. It's in permanent marker, so it's not coming off. I don't really care. Anyway, this is some like matte medium. It just kind of it looks white in there, but when it goes into the paint and mixes clear, it's weird. And these two things is I use these to make washes and whatnot. Here I have a little tackle box with some bits, a little random piece of foam. This piece of foam is from, I was cutting up some foam to pack up and send my conversion of Captain America. If you haven't seen it, check back in my older videos, it's in there. And this is for you, Marcus. This is a little shout out for Marcus Cuss 69 channel, or he's doing a little conversion challenge. It's really fun. I really suggest you guys check it out. If you know something to do, it ends May 1st, so it's not going to interfere with May Painting Challenge, but it's something to do for April if you like to convert and you like Marvel comics and you like DC comics, or I guess it's comics in general. I'll leave a link to his channel down below. Go check it out. Definitely go check it out. And yeah, Marcus, that's a little shout out for you. And to let you know, I shipped off Captain America today. He's all shipped out. I don't know the exact date he will be there. I couldn't have like day by day tracking or anything like that. They didn't allow me to get that. They did have a tracking to where it gets into customs, which whatever that means. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, moving on. Here I have terrain in the back, just kind of piled because I gotta get that stuff done. These bottles are 2-part resin, and we use those to make parts. I don't have any at my desk right now. Oh, yes, I do. This isn't the best example, but it's pretty good. This is one of the earlier models, so there's many bubbles in it. There we go. Focus. There you go. So and there it went. So as you can see, it's definitely not even near perfect. You can see it's kind of bumpy, and especially on the back area, there's a bunch of air bubbles. But this is one of the earlier ones. I ought to get some of the pieces that we've done recently. Much better. And we use Alumilite resin, and the dye material that we use is a silicone. It's called Blue Stuff. It comes in it's a 2-part silicone. Mix it together. Really awesome product. I think it's a little bit on the pricey side, but it's the best because it's very pliable, but it's not so weak that it's just gonna rip. It's very strong, but it's also very pliable. We also had this other one, and I think it's Alumilite. I think it's an Alumilite product. It came with that resin, I'm pretty sure. And it's a silicone, but it's very hard. It's very stiff, and so you can't. There's not many options you can do with it, and it's very stiff. Moving on. This giant mess of trash. That's literally what that is. It's my little trash can for my desk, and it's piling up. And yeah, so that's that. Here is some cans and some toilet paper rolls that I'm just going to use for like terrain pieces or something like that. This is my handy dandy Pringles tub of cat litter. The kind, not the little circular kind, the little rock kind. This is metal tape, paper towels, handy dandy paper towels. Moving on to here. This is my kind of finished, pretty much all finished models area. And then down here I have my Tyranids. Not that big of a Tyranid force. Old Mice at Explorer, and I'm not going to bother making it to Tyrannocyte, like lifting it up and all that. I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to buy the new model eventually. Tyranid Spire that I made. Granites back here. See some of the... On this one I did like a... I don't like the way it picks up on the camera, but I like the finished product. Because my camera's not that good, and it looks really flawed, but it's not that bad, I think. I don't know. I don't think it's as good as the first one I did, but I kind of got carried away with it. And this is the first time I tried to do any electricity on these little tiny swords. And so it was kind of just testing it, and first time I did it, it was alright, turns out alright. I don't know. I was trying to go for that. Look. This is my Grey Knight Dread Knight. That was an Inquisitorial Chimera, or yeah, Chimera, whatever you call them. I call it a Chimera. That little yellow guy we'll get to later, not in this video. I've showed this guy off. He's my magnetized librarian. This is my custom Grey Knight Dread Knight, Castellan Crow, Lord Caldor Drago, my custom librarian with electricity. He has a Lord Caldor Drago body. There's my Land Raider, obviously. And then my first Dread Knight. There's some strike squads and some interceptor squads and a purgation squad right in the front. Here's 2 strike squads and a interceptor squad, purifier squad in the back, Grey Knight paladins in the front, 2 squads of Grey Knights or paladins. Not really a Cyphelman dread, but a rifleman dreadnought. 2 twin-linked autocannons. Obviously, those aren't any autocannons. I don't like the ones that have the little barrels on the bottom and the top. I don't like those ones. I think it comes with the Aegis defense line or something like that. I am not a fan of that sculpt, so I made my own. And I used the actual dreadnought arm, linked, pieces and all that, and did it like that. Behind him are the rest of his arms. Just piled in back there. Last cannon, plasma cannon, and the autocannon. Here's some spore mines. Unfinished Gene Stealer because he's missing an arm. I built all these guys long time ago, and I really messed them up. I didn't read the rules. When I was brand new in the hobby, I didn't read the codex to see what I should put on them, so I did whatever I wanted. Yep, that's pretty much what I did. And so now I have missing sprues and missing pieces. And now for the desk drawers. This is my messy desk drawers. Some cheapy paints that I use for my terrain. Some random those toothbrushes are for stripping the paint off models. There's those little wire trees there. These are all dried up paints that I gotta get thrown away. Green stuff, foliage or grass, random tool. That's that. Underneath, messy little area down there. Some sandpaper, sprues, and then down there I got a little open area because there's no thing. Some terrain pliers, metal cutters. This is my sprue drawer. These are the sprues I have that still have stuff on them. Primer. See, wet palette. It's not wet obviously right now, but you get the idea. And then another messy drawer. Except this one's even more messy. And in here I have some custom Terminators that I was doing up a while back, and I wanted them to be large. And they're big, and they're huge. Don't know why I decided to do them, but then when I was doing them I realized I don't like the way they're turning out. So, I stopped doing them. Actually, you want to know what my inspiration was? I was doing a Horus Lupercal model, and this was how he was turning out. And I made up that with some sprues that I cut up, and Grey Knight sword that I carved to look like a Space Wolf sword. I extended the arms with plastic card. I extended the legs with plastic card. I made the bodies out of plastic card pretty much, and dreadnought pieces. These are old guys that I never really started or never really finished. Here's the wolf claw guy. Started but never finished. And then here's the legs for him. Dinky little legs, but I'm gonna cut here, cut the knees, cut in between here. Yeah, many different places I cut. Focus. Camera. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, this video is getting long and they take forever. I always do these long videos and then they take forever. Imperial Guardsman. Oh, and this, I don't put makeup on. This is for dusting off my models. It's a makeup brush, but it's so great for dusting off models. Not even funny. One guy I didn't show you. This is my Inquisitor. Pure gold armor, yay! Oh, he's not on base right now. Huh. Cloak I did, I green stuffed the cloak up. It turned out alright. I did that a long time ago. Demon blade that I made up. Hell rifle. It's an Imperial Guardsman thing. Obviously it has blue purity seals. And I used a gloss varnish on this entire model. I love it. I do. It is kind of a little bit overboard, don't you think? And then the big book on the side with the chain. That's actually a jewelry chain. If you want to put chains on your model, I don't recommend green stuffing it unless you're really good at that. Find a nice jewelry chain. You can find them at a craft store for a couple bucks. Actually, I don't want him down here. The reason why all these Imperial Guardsmen are here, and why that's there, is because I had an Imperial Guards squad with a Chimera. Now, when they added the addition of the supplement, you know, the Inquisition, its own codex, it was not fun for me because I'm like, I'm not buying a whole nother codex. I don't play these guys that much anyway. No, thank you. Good thing I didn't invest in getting the big Inquisitor Kameratov or some, I don't know what it is. The big Judgment Throne guy. I love that model, especially with his orbital strikes. Oh, it's awesome. And then Inquisitor Cotiez. And they never came out with a model for Inquisitor Valeria, or however you pronounce it. I wish they did. They kind of had ones that you could proxy, but they never really had one for her because she had that, like, that little poison knife or whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna end there with my custom Wolf Lord saying goodbye, saying I fixed the arm and now it looks much better. This arm on this side with the sword on it looks much better. If you go back and look at the last video, holy moly, did it look weird and lopsided and freaky and weird. So there you go. Really cool guy. Oh, and here's his base. He's gonna be standing on it like that. Okay, that's that. Really messy desk. I haven't cleaned it, and I was gonna clean it before this video, and then I said, you know what, I don't want to tell them a lie because this sucker's never clean. But I'm organized for my own personal self, and I don't, you know, anything. So anyways, that's it. Nowhere as good as Josh's workstation with the awesome bookshelf and the shelves and the drawers over here and the plastic drawers over here. You have an awesome workstation. Just saying. Mine's pretty good. I like it. It's organized in my own special way. So anyways, this is me saying I'll see you in the next video, and expect another video today because I like to put out the May Painting Challenge videos, plus I want to do videos of kind of what I'm working on, projects I'm working on, you know, my advancements. So anyways, stay tuned for the next video, guys, and stay tuned, like I said just now. And please rate, subscribe, comment if you have any suggestions. Please give me suggestions. Also, one thing I'm wondering is a good video editing program that isn't too expensive, because obviously I'm on a budget. Playing this, my budget is this game. That's bottom line. So my budget elsewhere is very limited. Now, yeah, I need a good program that I can edit, and not substantial editing. One thing, if you look at my intros, I'm trying to do those little intros, and I like them with the little music in the front, and I like that little song. It kind of sounds good, but I wish I could find a way and I'm just using the YouTube editor in that, but I wish I could find a way to fade the music. It just kind of ends abruptly. I want to fade it into kind of sounding, from you hearing it to it fading in volume to, no noise. I don't know how to do that. And for some reason I can't upload my videos from my phone onto my computer, because when I put it on there, the files won't play. It says it doesn't even say anything. It doesn't open the file at all, and I don't know I don't know how to do it. I don't know if it's even possible. So those are the questions I have for you guys. Also, if you're not part of the May Painting Challenge, become part of it, because it's an awesome fun thing to get stuff done in your hobby. Not even if it's Warhammer 40k, if it's Warhammer Fantasy, if it's Wormhordes, if it's Malifaux, if it's Infinity, if it's painting miniatures for fun, painting Predator miniatures, painting Left 4 Dead miniatures. I know, right? Left 4 Dead miniatures. I want my hands on some of those. They're not actual Left 4 Dead. What they are is they're on a website called Studio Miniatures. In the zombie section, there's Zombie Characters 1, Zombie Characters 2, and those are the number 1 is all the zombies in Left 4 Dead 1. Then number 2 are the additions they added in Left 4 Dead 2. And then in the Survivors page, you have Z Squad 1 and Z Squad 2. Z Squad 1 is from the first game, Z Squad 2 is from the second game. So I strongly suggest going and checking those models out. They have some really cool models. Just different zombie hordes, and they have like Walking Dead kind of models, like Michonne and Rick and his family. Don't look exactly like it, but they're kind of fun. They're kind of cool. And they also have, what's her name? I always forget her name, I'm sorry. From Resident Evil. Go check them out. I'll put a link in the description. Studio Miniatures. Really, really cool. They're not Warhammer 40k, but they are fun to have and paint and have a good time with them. Anyways, I'm going to end there. I've talked not only about May Painting Challenge, but I've talked about everything, and I've talked about how many times I'm going to stop the video. So, yeah. Have a good day, guys, and I hope you stay tuned. Like I said, for the 4th time, so, yep, see ya.